And now, Freelance Heroism presents Return to Ravenloft.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Freelance Heroism. My name is Dees.
And I'm Rachel.
And before I even get started, we just want to say thank you to everyone out there who donates at the Patreon, in particular those who donate at the producer tier.
Yes.
Rachel, would you like to let us know who they are?
I would love to. We want to say thank you to Duncan, Crispy, Nate, Breakmeister, and Rebecca. Thank you so much, everyone.
You help us make a better show for everyone, and we couldn't do it without you. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Rachel.
Dees.
Gambling. Gambling.
Uh-huh.
How do you feel about gambling? You like it?
I don't really do it, so...
You spend a lot of time down at the track?
No.
You feel like you spend a lot of time down at the track putting money on the ponies.
I do not.
You're a gambler.
No.
No?
No.
You don't live life on the knife's edge? You don't got you don't got three markers down on race 8?
I don't know what that means, so probably not.
You know how to calculate the VIG?
No.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. They're gonna take you for a ride. All right, so let me just ask. How do you feel about gambling in general?
I'm fine with it in general. I know that sometimes people have a problem with gambling, but
yeah.
I think, like all things, in moderation, it's probably fine.
Some people have a problem with alcohol, so they don't drink alcohol. Just like, we didn't illegalize alcohol.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just making the point, because we seem to have some sort of confusion down here in Georgia. I don't know how it is up in Maine. Is gambling legal up in Maine?
Yeah, I mean, they've got casinos up here.
Oh, nice. So down here, gambling has been illegal for a long time.
Oh.
And they're just like, gambling's illegal, and then they have a lotto, like a Powerball. You can just go ahead and just do that. You can just do that at any gas station, at any grocery store. You can just buy a lotto ticket, and that's not gambling.
Right.
Apparently, it doesn't count.
What is that if not gambling?
I don't know. just a good time, I guess.
Right.
So then Keno. Do you know Keno?
No.
Keno is a stupid game where there's like numbers on a card, and it's like bingo, but they randomly whatever.
Okay.
Keno.
Mm-hmm.
That's gambling. It's random. There's no strategy to it whatsoever. It's gambling. Bingo, where they make a little thing and they spin that little wheel and they read out a number, and old people go with the little sticker. Yeah.
My grandma used to take me with her to go to bingo on the weekends. Yeah, we'd go to this big bingo hall.
Was it a blast?
Well, I got a lot of snacks from all the grandmas, and sometimes I won like $20. So
fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like a riot.
It was a good time.
That's gambling, by the way.
It was also just in basically a big warehouse that was full of people smoking.
That sounds amazing to me. Okay, first off, is it gambling? Yes.
Yeah.
Is it the most lame form of it? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Okay, so bingo's legal here, Keno's legal here, and the lotto, the literal definition of gambling, is legal here.
Yeah.
Not just one. There's like 12 types. There's scratch off tickets that you can get. All of that's legal. You know what's not legal here?
What?
Poker.
The
only game that they say is gambling that has any skill to it at all.
That's why they don't want it. Because you got to be skilled at it.
Here's the thing that's frustrating to me. They say that people could get addicted to gambling, right? And that's why they illegalized gambling here.
But they didn't illegalize all of it.
No, but poker, I don't think really is gambling. I mean, some people when they play it, it's gambling, I guess. Some people play poker like they're gambling. But I am a good poker player. I win more often than not if I'm playing at a table, if I'm playing at a straight table with like normal people. So like, how is that gambling if you have a better shot of winning? But if it's a lotto ticket, that's okay. Am I crazy? Have I lost something? Do I not? Am I missing something?
It does sound like they don't want maybe people who are skilled having an edge.
Well, then why are they saying they legalize gambling? I'll just say they legalize poker.
I don't know. Georgia did not ask me, so.
Georgia didn't ask me. I think it's a frustrating thing that the government in this area has decided that gambling is illegal except for all of the forms that don't have any way for the player to make any type of decision that alters the outcome at all. Or there's a game that you could play, and if you're good at it, you have a better shot at winning. That's illegal.
Yeah, that seems weird.
I mean, look, all or nothing, right? Like, it's either all illegal or it's not.
Yeah.
Right? If you want to classify poker as gambling, then I guess that's fine. I don't agree with you, but okay. Right? There is a level of randomness to poker, just what cards you're given, but the majority of the game is about testing and observing what other people, how their behaviors act and things like that. So there's also a lot of math in it, like the rule of 2 and 4.
No.
You put someone on a hand, you count the number of outs you have. If you're on the turn, then you multiply it by 4, that's the percentage out that you have. If you multiply it by 2 on the river, that's the percentage out you have. Yeah, it's a math thing, and it can help you determine kind of where you're at if you've placed a person on a hand. If you estimate what they have, your chance of getting what you need in order to win.
Okay.
Anyway, my point though is that there's actual tactics involved in that, and a person can make an educated series of moves to amplify their chance of winning.
Yeah.
But that's considered gambling, and me going to a store and saying I want one of those scratchy things and like shoot with a quarter or whatever, and I lost again. Like that's not gambling. I'm confused by the concept.
I don't know. I mean, it seems like if you're saying gambling is outlawed, then I don't know. I don't know what's
say it
more.
Is, but it's not.
Right, but if they're saying that, then I mean, definitely like the lotto should be.
Yeah, it feels like gambling to me. I don't know. It's weird, and also now they have sports betting, which I'm fairly certain is gambling.
That's definitely gambling.
That feels like the definitive gambling. Like betting on a basketball game or betting on a football game or betting on a baseball game. That feels very much like gambling to me.
Yeah.
Though one could argue, like if you know the teams well, it gives you sort of an edge. The more you are aware of the players, it gives you an edge. But we've established that if you have no control over the game whatsoever, that's gambling for sure. So scratchy lottos and the numbers that pop up on the little bubble ball thing, and then it's like, the Powerball. That's all gambling.
That is gambling, yes.
Totally illegal, they say, and it's totally legal here somehow. I don't know how they work that. Then bingo and Keno and those other types of games like that, where it's just like a personal playing versus a pool, right? Those are all completely random, and they're still legal.
Yeah.
And then then your thought is, well, maybe they just don't want a person having a direct connection to the playing of the sport or the game, because then they feel like they have more influence on the game than they don't. Well, then why is sports betting legal?
Yeah.
And poker still not? I
don't know.
Somebody help me. Somebody help me understand. If you're out there listening right now, do me a favor, okay? Explain to me what the fuck is going on, because I don't get it. I don't get it. Sorry, this is a weird intro, but I've been thinking about this for a long time. I don't know what the hell's going on over here. In your state, you can gamble, right?
Yeah.
Can you play poker for money over there?
I believe so. I can check.
Can you do a quick check? It's got to be a no.
Let's see. Mean online poker?
No, just can you play? Is it legal to play poker for money in Maine? I'm so curious.
Okay. Casinos with poker, Maine, a state on the east, blah, 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 does have legal land-based gambling. However, it's very limited by law. In fact, only 2 commercial casinos are allowed to operate in the entire state. Yeah, so if you want to go to one of the 2 casinos in Maine.
This is bullshit. This is bullshit.
Yeah. So
what is going on?
I don't know.
Someone in government, if you're listening to this and you have any connection to state government or the history of why this is illegal, just please email me. Just email Freelance Heroism or comment underneath the video or the audio. Just let us know. Mm-hmm. I need to know.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I've been looking and I don't understand. Help me out. What do you think?
I feel like this is probably I'm going to assume this is a holdover from like an old law that they just never changed. And they were like, oh, well, when this law was written, it was specifically about poker. But now we have all these other forms of gambling, but it's not specifically stated in, this law that was written in like 1712 or whatever.
Okay, well, I've got some bad news for you. As a matter of fact, in the early 2000s, 2008, 2009, I guess it's not early 2000s, but of the whole range of 2000s, I guess it is. Anyway, like in that era, there was a push to try to make poker legal, and it was not allowed to be legal. So
what?
It is not a 1700s, 1800s law. It is a modern thing that they've decided. So help me understand.
I don't know then. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I can't
help
either. You.
That's why we're doing this. I'm so curious. It's not that I particularly want to even play poker for money. I mean, I absolutely do, and I don't know why I'm pretending I don't. But I'm just saying, like, the rules don't make sense to me. Explain them to me in a way that makes them make sense. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
Help me out here. What do you think?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah.
You want to do the episode now?
I don't think we're gonna solve this mystery, and we should just go to the episode.
Okay.
So this is Return to Ravenloft, Season 3, Episode 14, Build a Friend Workshop.
That's a great title.
Uh-huh.
It'd be really great to discuss that title over a poker game. A legal poker game where we could all get together as a group and play and have fun.
Right.
Would you learn poker?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I would like to.
Would you bet on the ponies?
I don't know. Like horse racing?
No, the ponies. A non-horse pony. What? Yeah, of course.
I don't know. I don't know if that's like slang for something. I don't know.
A white pony slang for something.
I don't know if I would bet on animal racing just because I want to know like how they're treating these animals.
Treating them like champions if they win.
Yeah, but what happens to the other ones that don't win?
Give me a break. Racehorses? Some of those fucking. Have you ever seen like the Freakness and stuff like that? The like super horse racing?
No.
Oh my god, those horses live better than I do by a lot. Those horses are living the fucking dream. All right.
All right.
Episode time.
Okay.
At that point, the fire, he dives into the water.
Nice.
Straight down.
How far down? Because we were pretty high up, right?
No, he hits the water, so he breaks. Yeah, he does the full double moving to hit into the water.
He was covered in grease though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does he have a bar of soap?
Mm-mm. You want to give me the math on this?
Yeah, it won't matter. and look, I thought about this too, right? Like how on a stove, if you have a grease fire,
Yeah, you don't add. Yeah. I mean, it's
right.
I
But
don't.
there's
Yeah.
an ocean, right?
No, I mean, I
He
get that.
coasts under and he just keeps going until the grease washes off.
Yeah, I know. It's just, yeah, it's not like in.
He's not going to be popping right back up like, hey, cool, I dunked myself. And it's not the video game where like, hey, I jumped in the water. I'm good. I'm back on land.
Yeah, we will hopefully not be here for whatever he has to do.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah, the thinking though that he would be able to just dunk himself would put out the fire though. With that much water to that much oil, even with the oil scattering and being displaced, every part of the oil would still be under the water.
Yeah. No, I mean it'll extinguish the flame. I'm just thinking in terms of, it's not the ideal way.
And if he doesn't get all of it off when he comes back up, I'll just shoot him in the fucking face again.
So at that point, you see a dimension door open on the ship deck. Ludo slides through. He looks up at Kaeviir. Boy, fuck you.
Did I hear something about you saying you wanted me to pull you off? Is
he still dressed like me or no?
Yeah.
So no one knows it's Ludo. He just looks like me, right?
Yeah. So he just gets on the deck and is like, "Oi, fuck you."
Oi, fuck you.
Draw my sword. I'm still seated on the nightmare, and I will draw my sword.
In Elvish, stand down, little one.
I'm gonna insight. Let's see.
She rolled an 8. No, I'm just kidding.
20.
More than enough.
22.
There's not an aggressive that you're picking up out of him, out of the Kaeviir in front of you.
Okay. I will
take that off. You don't wear it like I do.
You're right. Pops the collar. I wear it better.
No.
Batten the hatches. Eye stocky motherfucker. You're the other side.
Don't listen to him.
Don't listen to him. I'm the real captain.
Belay that order for all of you. Just a second here. As I have, hands-on controls. The fuck is going on?
Pulls out a pipe. Begins to stuff it. I think it's obvious what's going on.
Yeah, my crew is too stupid to tell the original from the clearly weak copy.
Look, I am the prettier copy.
You're an exact replica visually, but mentally are far behind.
I am walking my nightmare to the edge of the ship to look out to see if the other dragon is following us.
I'm gonna
Ebb is looking up at you, but not chasing you. You can see him licking her lips. You see the other Kaeviir is kind of like staying in the middle of the boat, away from the edges, so nobody sees him from down below. He's like, I am about 100% positive she thinks she killed us. I hope she enjoyed the taste of vampire.
She's not following.
I'm not following. Why are you still dressed like me? Turn that off.
You know how much this annoys you? This is the best part I've had in like years.
That's true. That's true. Who would want to live life as you when you could look like me?
Oh, fuck off. I'm beautiful. He pops it off and it's Ludo.
Ah, look how easy it was.
Oh.
Daughter.
Hey.
It is good to actually see you.
It's good to see you too. Adrie will hop off her nightmare and then go hug Ludo.
Can we put that thing away?
No, it's been 10 years since I've been able to hug her without her kicking me in the chest or punching me or throwing me or shaking a sword at me. Swords. The hell did you get a Moonblade?
This was at the Institute. I will unsheath it. Be like, look, that rune, it's
That
my
means
rune.
friendship
Yeah,
in
that's your
Chinese.
name. That's your great grandmother's name. I met your grandmother, not your great grandmother. Your grandmother was cool. Oh, no, no, your great grandmother was cool. Your grandmother's kind of bitch. She never liked me.
I can't imagine why.
What is it with us in this game where all grandmas are bitches? Because if I'm not mistaken,
Grandma Karen.
Grandma Karen's a racist bitch too.
It's true.
Well, in all fairness, the lady that had the lizard was cool.
Yeah.
Do you remember the newt lady?
Mm-hmm.
The one that was flirting with Rain.
Well, yeah. Our third
Um,
spot in this game is always trying to fuck on some grandmas. Isn't that weird? The third spot is cursed with grandma fuckery.
That's me. Old Rain, third Mike grandma fucker. That's
looks over. I did miss the one thing, but I found out something else, and I think I know why the other you got there.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard of the spell called the Dream of the Blue Veil?
No.
Ludo begins to kind of walk in bravado himself.
Oh, it's story time.
The caster and up to 8 go into a dreamlike trance that passes them all out. And through this dreamlike trance, they see another realm. And if you survive the trance for the full 6 hours, then you are mentally and physically taken to this other realm. Now, you need 2 things to make it to the other realm. Someone that's been there, that was born there, or a magical item from it.
Hmm.
And you are sent to within a mile or a safe place next to either the birthplace or where the magical item was created in that realm. If Aslan found this spell, and there's something Strahd suspected about him, is that he couldn't learn any new magic, which is why he couldn't cast it, which is why he needed someone powerful enough to cast it. But if he couldn't cast it, and I figured after the research that he had found someone and he got out, but if what Ebb is saying is true and the other you killed him, then the other you has a copy of one of these spells and the way out of Ravenloft and the realms.
What motivation would he have to leave Ravenloft? He could leave through a mirror.
He can take a mirror to another Ravenloft realm, but he couldn't take the mirror out of that realm all the way. There's a few people that have been able to make out, and it's through the Dreadlord's power. Strahd can leave the realm. Aslan couldn't, but Strahd could, which is odd because certain Dark Lords have certain secrets the others don't. I know Soth, I think, is trapped here.
So we're thinking that Mirror is trying to pull himself out of Ravenloft into the rest of the world and then continue going from there.
That would be my assumption.
That seems not pleasant.
Mm-mm.
Well, should I make some potato salad? I figure we have a family reunion going on.
Didn't you poison everybody the last time you cooked?
I did. But it was intentional. So it's okay.
Oh.
It doesn't make it okay.
It was by design. It wasn't a failure of skill. It wasn't an error. I wanted people to be poisoned. And so I did. Everything went according to plan. It wasn't a mistake.
I never said it was a mistake.
You should feel confident in my ability to cook you a meal in which I don't want you to be poisoned, to not be poisoned is what I'm getting at. But also, I won't be cooking potato salad. That shit's gross.
Adrie is going to
Zero's
send
like,
Bucephalus away.
Zero's like, if you have a full kitchen, I've been eating road rations for like a week.
Absolutely, we can make some food. We tend to end all of our games on meals now, so.
Yeah.
How'd you get a nightmare?
Who's asking?
Cereal.
Won it in a raffle.
It was the prize in the box of Cracker Jack.
I'm gonna look at Cereal and I'm gonna say I took it from Strahd.
I'm confused.
No. If you'll excuse me, and then I'll hoist my backpack full of Haux on my shoulder. I heard a voice in my head that asked me to make sure I bring him back, so I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna head downstairs.
Ludo looks over. Fuck, she's hearing voices again?
It's just the one.
A lot of room up there in that big head. It's bound to be some echoes.
Well, Adrie is gonna just find somewhere kind of quiet and
start stapling back together a Haux.
Take Haux pieces out of her backpack and sort of
Haux.
Form them back together. Does it form a complete Haux?
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay. Then once I've got him back together, I'm going to cast Raise Dead. I'm going to use my 6th level spell slot to cast it.
How long does it take?
It takes an hour to cast, so I'm going to be down here for a while. You return a dead creature you touch to life, provided it has been dead no longer than 10 days. If the creature's soul is both willing and at liberty to rejoin its body, the creature returns to life with 1 hit point. Coming back from the dead is an ordeal. The target takes a -4 penalty to all attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks. Each time the target finishes a long rest, the penalty is reduced by 1 until it disappears. So basically for the next 4 days, he will be at a penalty.
In all fairness, he was in 4 pieces not an hour ago, so.
Right.
If I ever get chopped up into a bunch of pieces and you think, will he want the -4 for 4 days? Just say yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Well,
someone asks you if you don't want to be in pieces, you say yes. Yes.
So that's gonna take an hour, so that's
okay.
what Adrie is doing.
All right. So Adrie's doing that. Rain, what are you doing?
Well, I mean, I assume at this point we've gotten away. I can pretty much put the ship on autopilot, so to speak. I will ask, Kaeviir, do you have any particular heading where we should be going next, or is it just keep flying away from the dragons?
I don't know. We'll have to discuss it, I guess.
Yeah.
I would like to have this unlocked. I'm gonna shake the slobbery fucking. I'm gonna shake my slobbery rod at Nate.
I'm honored. No, it's
a great honor. It is.
I would imagine
like a
so.
scepter. Well, it all worked out in the end. Rachel's got her sort of mom back. Cereal. Adrie's cereal.
Raisin Bran.
Raise brand. Yes. 2 scoops of dice. See? Full circle. And then, she's got her dad back. Right? Haven't even heard a full thank you, like money involved, just a hug. It's like when someone's like, it's the thought that counts. And I'm like, yeah, but the money would be better.
Thoughts don't pay the bills.
Some thoughts do. It depends on how you spell thought, I guess.
Well, I suppose
I mean, our option is to go after them. But I hate to tell you this, boat ain't gonna fit through the mirror. So there's that. How do we?
Could we?
I'm thinking for a minute. If we reflected the mirror into a larger mirror, would the reflection of the mirror have the same potency as the mirror itself? Because the reflection itself isn't technically the mirror; it's just a reflection of a thing.
So no.
What if we made the ship smaller?
Hey.
Oh shit.
You do have a beholder, right? Doesn't he have wouldn't he have a shrink ray?
Hey, we could just shrink ray.
Hold up.
It's a shrink
Monster
ray.
manual. Monster manual. Give me a second.
I'm trying to remember.
I don't think it'll shrink it that much, will it?
Oh, well, I mean,
do they have a shrink ray?
I've never been hit by
a shrink ray.
I'm trying to remember.
I'm checking. Give me a minute.
I know they have elementals like cones, right?
Innervation, telekinetic, sleep, purification, disintegration,
charm,
death, slowing, fear, paralyzing.
No
shrink.
Ray. I'm sure we could find a way to shrink ourselves down if we really wanted to.
Y'all gonna Alice in Wonderland this shit.
What if somebody went through to the other side of a mirror, put a teleportation circle on that side, and then we came back through the mirror and warped the entire ship to the other marker?
No, because that'd be jumping complete.
Well, I mean, it's the same place, right? How would the spell interact with two locations that are technically the same, but not in the same location?
Because the magic would be contained to that world.
Would it? If you cast the thing on the circle on one side and then went to another plane and cast...
That was the part about the mirrors being the ability to travel between the worlds.
Right, but what my point though is that would it not be like leaving an anchor somewhere? So here's my example. If you left a circle here on this boat and then went to the elemental plane of fire and decided you wanted to warp back.
That would be the elemental plane in like this dimension, not like completely shifting to a whole nother world.
Right.
Yeah, and enlarge and reduce only reduces the target size by half in all dimensions. And its weight is reduced to 1/8 of normal. Till the spell ends.
We could gaseous form it.
Turn the ship into a fart.
We could cloud this bitch down and then make it thin, go through the fucking mirror, and then recompile ourselves on the other side.
Are all mirrors the same though? Like,
no.
Okay, so
these are special mirrors.
There's two kinds of the magic mirrors.
One is one universe, and then one that travels to multiple different ones.
But I'm saying physically, like, are they all the same shape? Do they all sit this, or like, is
it varies from mirror to mirror?
So if you found a mirror large enough that doubling its size and having the size of the ship got you to the right ratio,
you could double permanent, then double, and then permanent and double and permanent. You could do that.
You
can permanent spell an enchantment on a location, right? So like if I were, because I've done this before in other games where you like enlarge something and then pay to have a high level wizard make permanent the effect. I don't know. Is it in 5e still? The permanent
list of spells with permanent effects. Only spells which have a permanency option can be made permanent. It appears so Mordenkainen's private sanctum, teleportation circle, wall of stone, finger of death, true polymorph, banishment, animate dead, awaken, demiplane, create food and water, create or destroy water, create undead, fabricate, find familiar once, find steed once, and stone shape are all considered permanent. Then there are some spells
that can, okay,
that can be made permanent.
Right.
Then you have semi-permanent, which includes arcane lock, continual flame, magic mouth, modify memory, bestow curse, major image, magic jar, programmed illusion, sequester, simulacrum, symbol, imprisonment, hallow, forbiddance, flesh to stone, guards and wards, prismatic spray, prismatic wall, symbol.
By the way, you guys are messaging funny things about my boat, and that's cool. Cool. So do we have a plan, guys? What we want to do?
I don't know. I mean, it sounds like we potentially have a plan, which the plan is to go get Victor, so that he can
have to go into the mirrorverse. This
but we don't have. So is there any way to reach him otherwise to convince him to drag out?
No, right? You have to go in. You have to go in after him.
Well, we can go in without the ship, but then that gives us no method of conveyance.
Yeah, and also the other side sucks ass.
So
this place is bad. Other side's like fucking gnarly bad. Plus, there's versions of us all over the place.
Technically, you killed the other.
You're about to have a reconstituted Haux. You could send him through.
I don't believe we actually did kill any of those motherfuckers. I don't believe that is a thing that's real. That you're just saying that to get us to do that, to go over there. I mean, that's how it is.
So Adrie is currently like casting an hour-long spell right now, but she does have things to add to this conversation at some point. So
we're still having it for 9 hours.
Let me know when Adrie can chip in.
You can chip in if you want to bring Haux back now. It's fine.
Okay. So
does he come back screaming?
In the vein of contacting Victor, I can cast sending. I just need to get a long rest. I need to get a long rest in, and I can cast sending.
He's in the mirror. We just said that you can't communicate.
You can't send it through the mirror.
Sending says you can send the message across any distance and even to other planes of existence.
It's not a plane. It's a different fabricated realm.
Yeah, it's if it was like the ethereal or if it was the flame. Yeah, but
just actually this problem with the warp circle.
Okay.
The circle.
The other thing is Adrian wants to go to Castle Avernus.
Okay. Well, have fun.
Okay.
Castle Avernus, didn't they just say the castle was overrun? Didn't Ludo just tell me that?
Yeah.
So I should say that then out loud to everyone.
Okay.
Ludo, explain what you mean the castle is overrun. By what?
By Aslan's experiments. There was a force occupying it.
What force was occupying it?
He had a symbol of, I'm pretty sure it was a holy symbol. He wore a mask. I'm not sure who he was. You guys recognize it as him. The description he gives you is one of the guys that met at the table when Sowak pulled you all together.
Right.
Okay.
That could be dangerous.
Probably.
So the goal is to get the book back, I assume.
Yes.
Well, it just ran Ludo off.
Well, I'll go with Ludo.
Anyone who's going is not going alone. But it's really dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
We don't even have one of these people unlocked yet, and we're gonna have to return her before we can go back there and get that. Would it not be easier to find either another way?
We will reach Castle Avernus before we reach Nevichar Springs. And that's where you said you're dropping her off, right? So we stop at Castle Avernus first.
Serial.
Yeah?
Available for another mission?
Do I have a choice?
You always have a choice.
That's not the way you made it sound in the town. I couldn't stay and fight the dragon. I had to go on the boat.
Yeah, but that was part of the first mission. This is accepting a second.
What's the mission?
We have to go to Avernus. Castle Avernus. We're on a fact-finding mission.
Lucky for you, I know it.
Oh, good.
My price
Seems
is
like-
doubled.
Paid her for the first one. Okay. Sure.
That was too easy.
Well, I never agreed to pay her for the first one. I think it was, we had said we would negotiate once we got here. Now we've doubled nothing, so I'm down. I'll triple it. If we want.
So, what are we looking for in Avernus?
A few books.
Are we talking his library, or are we talking his Aslan special books?
Special books.
Okay.
We have a few friends that we need to
On memory curse?
that's the
Yeah, Aslan really was fond of that thing.
how difficult will it be to get in there?
The army that Ludo, or the force that Ludo, right? Yeah, mentioned. That's not going to be your issue. I mean, they'll be fun to go through, but it's going to be Aslan's kid that's going to be the issue.
His kid?
Uh-huh. His kid's still there.
Dr. Midday.
Little, you know, he's a little brat with daddy issues. But
Are you talking about Dr. Afternoon Delight?
no.
Every time he shows up, he goes, Afternoon Delight. And then he shoots a fireball at you.
The bright side, with your ship, we can actually get up into the floating castle now. We're not going to have to try to fight our way up through the levels.
Great.
Yeah, I'm
So.
sure that there are no defenses on the way. As we did not just run into two of them over there.
Yep. Eric Zalhonen. Aslan's kid.
It's like Alucard and Dracula. All right, well, that's a tentative plan. What do you think, Captain?
I am here to steer the boat, and seeing as how you've helped facilitate to check off one of the things off of my bucket list, so to speak, I'm here to help do whatever you guys need done. So
I didn't do that. I wasn't even here. Adrie helped.
well,
I mean, I'll take credit for anything.
your airship got us here, so
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
My brilliance does exceed.
well, I'm not going to go
Further out.
that far. I'm just going to say you helped
I
facilitate.
mean,
our
you
mode
wouldn't
of
have gone that
transportation.
far without the brilliance of my ship. So
I
you
probably
make a
would have
strong
eventually caught up with him.
point.
anyway,
Behind
but,
him, Ludo shifted mirrors to look like Kaeviir again, mocking him as he moves.
And he still can't do it right. Isn't that amazing? How old are you?
The point wasn't to do identical. Come on.
Right. You couldn't if you wanted. Terrible.
Yeah, I'm not falling for that.
Just a rookie.
Keep talking shit.
Can you do the confessional?
Yeah, no, that is no clerics. Nope. No offense, daughter. No. He switches out. Nope.
Wow,
Nope.
easy to do it a second time. Just get him to break right out. Just gotta make him think it's his idea, but he's never had a real thought of his own. So it's good that you're here, so I can give you new ones whenever I want.
All right.
Adrie, how close are you with Kaeviir?
Here's my best friend.
Just best friends?
Well,
Yes.
I'm gonna throw my arm around her.
Adrie goes very red.
We're just
Like,
best friends.
I have to check on Haux. She just gets up and leaves.
And I'm gonna look at Ludo and be like, best friends. real good friends.
I'm not the one you gotta worry about. Wait till Thras is awake.
Yeah, wait till mom gets home.
Wow, what a tough guy thing to say. Wait till your mother gets home. Like, all right. By the way, she's gonna be more mad at him than she'd ever be at me.
Oh no shit.
Parents love me. You know? Because I'm authentic. That's true.
There's the man that copies everybody in the world.
I'm authentically dishonest. There's nothing more real than a lie.
Brendan's, I am so confused.
All right. I spend an hour bringing Haux back from the dead. Does he return?
Let's roll dice.
Oh God. You've made a weird amalgam meatball. It's all out of order. You've seen a human before. You've seen what people look like, right?
He starts shooting off fireballs.
Give me 3d20s.
Oh, that's
20s.
Do you want someone there to give you the help action?
Sure.
I'm just glad I don't have to roll them.
I'm gonna look at Ludo and be like, hold on, I gotta go help my best friend with something. Something sensitive. I'll be back.
Protection.
She needs my special help.
I'll be back in 2 to 3 hours.
All right. First D20 roll. 12.
She wants the D20. Go ahead and roll that with advantage.
Okay. 12.
All right.
Boy, just like a woman to not use your help.
Second one.
What'd you get?
First roll's a 7.
Roll it again.
19.
All right.
Third roll. First roll is a 10. Second roll is a... Oh, that's a 20. Sorry, it's a symbol.
Okay.
20.
Well, you thought you were having a stroke and you don't know what numbers look like anymore?
I was just like, what is this font? But it's one of those die that the 20 and the not 1 are like different symbols.
Right.
And you just get to choose which symbol is which to your...
Well, I assume the skull is the not 1, and it was the one opposite of that.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough. Although, it could just be a bitchin' skull for a 20.
Yeah, what's the other one?
What's the other one? It's 2 skulls.
Fail. It's just the word fail written on it.
No, it's like it's the D&D ampersand.
Okay.
It was upside down.
Well, that's class. That's obviously the fail side then, right?
Did you hear about them sending out the Pinkertons?
Yes.
Yeah, I know. That's why it was, yes.
What?
Wow.
Fuck. The Pinkertons.
On Magic? Yeah. That was on Magic cards, right?
Yeah, because they accidentally sent out 2 weeks early. So I think like a set of 12 cards that wasn't supposed to be seen yet.
Yeah.
And so they went nuts and sent a fucking SWAT team, including the Pinkertons.
Mm-hmm.
the fucking old west cowboy detective fucking bounty hunter
Pinkertons,
agency.
yeah.
Bro, I didn't know the Pinkertons are still functioning.
I know.
Well, they're not allowed to be hired by the government. There's actually a law called the anti-Pinkerton legislation that does not
Wow.
allow any government organization to hire the Pinkertons ever again because they were very racist. and
Of
very fucking
1893, they did that long ago.
Yeah,
Wow.
because they had done
Oh,
a
you
bunch
Googled
of
it right now?
really,
Yeah.
they did
Okay.
a bunch of really fucked up shit. So
Oh, no shit.
They
Yeah.
can still exist, they can still operate, and they had paid off a shit ton of fines. But then
Fuck.
they're not allowed to operate. The government's not allowed to hire them, so they can operate as a third party.
Oh, okay, so they're
so
pretty
now
much
they just work
private.
for fucking Hasbro.
Yeah.
Fuck,
It's
bro.
like, somebody got a prototype shoots and ladders game. Quick, fucking call them Pinkertons.
Dude, I mean, everyone's talked about Disney and their fucking secret police, but fucking Hasbro pulls out the Pinkertons.
That's
Oh, man.
ridiculous.
Yeah, bro. I mean, that's pretty much hiring like a fucking mercenary army to go fucking
Pretty much.
fuck.
That's exactly by definition what it is a mercenary.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's like calling in SEAL Team 6
Fuck, bro.
because my fucking burrito didn't have enough onions on it.
Fuck, man. Remember all those fucking like video games in the 80s talking about the corporations running fucking military squads?
Shadowrun, man.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
We're there.
Yeah.
We're there. Fuck.
Well, it's funny. Like you don't pay taxes on your multi-billion-dollar company. You'd be surprised the kind of cool shit you can afford.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like we don't pay taxes and we get fucking government issued fucking with like offsets for things. So like we have the oil offsets. There's a bunch of offsets for grains and corn and ethanol, surprisingly. Like fucking does that even happen? Do we still have to say that whenever people are in Iowa? Do they still have to talk about ethanol? Or have we gotten past that?
I think maybe we've gotten past that.
Okay, because like I remember in like the early 2000s, late 90s, maybe it was 2000s. If you didn't like stroke the dick of the fucking ethanol people, they would never let you run for anything. You couldn't run for any. You had to suck that corn dick all day. You had to turn an ear of corn into a popcorn using only lip friction. Sorry, we can clip that probably.
Yeah.
So I think the metaphor is just excellent, but whatever.
All right. Yeah, Haux, once it completes, you see light come from the eyes, light come from the mouth, the arm seals, the tail seals back on. The body begins to reform itself together. Breath hits the lungs and a scream comes out, and the scream almost sounds more like the original or like the voice you heard in your head versus Haux. And then it shifts and the voice changes. Haux is my body, Haux is my body.
Haux, it's okay. It's okay. We're back on the airship.
Haux do something very bad?
No. No, we won.
Haux begins to touch his head, twitch his body.
You okay?
Kiss his tail. Oh. Last thing Haux remembered, Haux' tail went that way, Haux went that way.
Insight him right now.
Okay.
I'm literally gonna tell her, check him out real quick, and I'm gonna ask him a question. Are you Haux?
Haux is Haux?
33.
Is that Haux?
It, as far as you can tell, everything inside is Haux.
Okay.
Mentally. Okay.
Yeah. The first voice you heard was the sister spirit
That's what I thought.
trying to take, and Haux hopped his way through with the 19 and 20 rolls.
I was starting to think maybe that we had what do they call it, dark passenger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Haux is just sitting there like.
So You got hit by a cannonball, so you're gonna be a little weak for a few days while you recover.
His eyes get real wide.
You're
his
okay.
mouth like.
You're okay though.
I mean, mostly you're okay.
You did really well, Haux.
Haux looks down. Haux is missing his little toe. Haux okay though. Haux all here, except little toe. Haux don't care. Haux is here.
Except for the little toe, though.
Adrie grabs her bag and like shakes it upside down. A little toe falls out. It's a little bag of important.
Haux begins to scream.
She looks at. She's like, "Oh, I thought that was a Tic Tac."
A Tic Tac.
Haux,
like a little red Tic Tac.
Have you been getting like super big Tic Tacs?
He picks up the.
He's a small creature, and it's a little
He picks up the toe and he keeps trying to put it on his foot, and it doesn't go on. He's like,
I think I have some glue. Do we want like masonry glue?
Haux asks Kevin?
No.
Haux asks.
He's broken. We're gonna have to try again. I'm gonna hold up a knife.
No. He's
No, I'm kidding.
joking.
Kidding.
Haux string? Haux wants string?
Haux wants string.
Haux make necklace. He holds up his toe.
Oh,
right.
Like a charm.
I'm out of here. I'm just gonna turn around and leave the room. I feel like just being here is bringing my IQ down.
Haux thinks Kevin mean as Kevin grows up.
Well, he's had a busy few days. I'll give him some string.
Haux smelled dragon.
We did encounter a couple of dragons.
He falls back.
Okay. Take out a sheet, put it on Haux, but not cover his head.
Not a death sheet.
It's not a death sheet. It's a sleeping sheet.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a subtle difference.
Yeah.
If it's soaked with blood, it's a death sheet. You really
Haux.
see that's the thing about hiding the death of someone's parents from their kid. It's important when you cover them that yes, they won't see the body, but the saturated blood will let them imagine the type of gruesome horror that is underneath. It's really about bolstering a child's imagination, really, when you think about it.
Right. All right. I'm going to make sure Haux is comfortable.
He sits up. She puts it over his head. Okay. Haux is a ghost. Haux begins walking around with the sheet.
Haux, you have
the wall.
You have 1 hit point, please.
He falls down.
Fails 3 death saves immediately.
No, Haux.
Falls on a rusty nail, gets infected.
He trips over his own toe.
Oh no. Oh my god, can you imagine tripping on your own toe and that being the cause of your death?
Oh. Haux just sits down. Haux tired.
Yeah.
World's spinny.
You should take the next few days to rest.
It's because his eyes haven't solidified in the sockets yet. They're still.
I think I heard your sister, Haux.
He pipes up.
She was very concerned about your well-being when you got hit by a cannonball. And then I think I heard her a minute ago when you came back.
Hawk's body tried to be taken by Kelsey. Hawk say no. Hawk stay in Hawk's body.
Does she do that a lot?
He shakes his head no.
No? Okay.
Hawk thinks she's tired of being dead.
Oh. That's fair.
Hawk's misplaced Kelsey's skull.
I'm gonna look in my backpack.
It would have been with his gear when he got shot by the cannon.
Oh.
It's probably in the bay.
Maybe some of Rain's men found her skull, and we'll meet back up with them later, and we can see if she's with them.
Hawk's okay. Hawk's find a bed to go sleep.
Okay.
Hawk's really tired.
I bet so. Well, I'm glad you're back, Haux.
He cuddles up on her foot.
I have to go. I'm gonna pick him up and find, I don't know, like a chair to put him in or something.
You should put his toe in his mouth like a pacifier. I'm not drawing that, by the way. I don't care. Just the visual of that is so weird to me.
So Hawks just curls up and passes out on the chair.
Okay. Adrie is very tired at this point. She's gonna go to her room and try to clean up her armor a little bit.
All right. You hear a song start from the deck.
Does everybody hear this?
Mm-hmm. Ludo's not quiet at all. And yes, it's with the violin this time.
It doesn't mean the song's good. It just means that there's a higher likelihood that it's good.
It's one of the old Ellen ballads.
I will go upstairs to listen.
It's called Bye Bye Bye. And it's a banger.
Brennan's sitting there like just kind of like going back and forth. Cargillis he finds Kaeviir. What do you want to do with the rod?
We need to stash it somewhere. Somewhere
Pineapple?
we can use pineapple, yeah.
He picks it up and he heads back down. He puts it away. And then he heads out, locks the lab, and goes to the library.
I'm gonna go sit on the deck.
All right.
Like on the edge of the boat, of the airship. Hang my feet off the edge.
All right.
Just in case my shoes are mimics and I have to kick them off into the fucking floor below us.
I don't know what he's salty at me for. It's his girlfriend's idea.
Yeah, but you accepted the idea, which was
I know. I'm just trying to pass blame. You
were all even Nate subtly involved.
Nate didn't know anything about it.
He didn't look into it.
Neither did you.
My fault.
I was a victim of the trauma.
I see.
Rachel's out here trying to make people lose their toes is her thing. She was trying to get my foot chewed off. She's just leaving pieces out when she's the anti-Tarantino. She doesn't like people to have feet. She wants them gone. She just wants people running around on little knobs.
Like Rob Liefeld, is that what you're saying? Or...
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. We're all gonna have 50 pouches and no feet.
Serial's go for it.
I don't know. I was just saying he gets a bad rap. He's not a bad artist. Just got some weird angles sometimes. All right.
Serial's kind of leaning against one of the railings. Just brace yourselves, though. Castle Avernus is surrounded by mist. We're going to have the breach to get to it. Luckily, we know the dragons are back there, so it's not the dragons we have to worry about in the mist.
Well, keep us in suspense, why don't you?
There's a bone dragon somewhere, but I don't think it's there. As long as the mist doesn't move us where we're not supposed to go, we should be fine.
So we should prepare for that to have that happen.
There's a rumor about this flying ship.
This one or another flying ship?
No, this one.
What is that?
It's the same one that I'm assuming that kid you keep talking about's the necromancer that was flying around Darkon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Somehow he was able to penetrate the mist and move without it stopping him.
Well, Brendan, do you know anything about that?
He's like, the Vistani head. Victor used it to pierce all the mist from Barovia to here. It's how he got past all the Dark Lord's barricades.
We should just hang it from a rope off the front of the boat. like our Little Mermaid.
Why isn't it just the masthead, right? I mean,
or let's stab it through the back on the front of the pike on the front of the boat.
Yeah.
I imagine it more like instead of a compass next to the wheel of the ship, it's just this Vistani head on like a little swivel.
It's kind of in a box over there.
Mm-hmm.
We just keep it in that old fucking Fila shoebox.
I mean, you've already established you've got jars, full of heads on the boat. So what's another jar? Just
No, I don't have jars full. Like they're not all. There are other parts in there too. I got hands. I got I got some ginger I've been pickling.
Ooh, a little kimchi.
Yeah, Sometimes you just open the fridge and it's like, which one is edible and which one used to be a person?
Ew.
That's a kidney.
Why not both?
Ludo pipes up. You also want to be aware of the shadows in the halls.
You also want to be in the shadows of what?
Beware the shadows in the halls of Avernus.
Okay.
No. With Aslan gone, it seems that the shadows have started encroaching more. When you're walking down the dark corridors, you have to actually make sure it's a dark corridor you're walking through and not an actual shadow hiding in the corner.
Like
I knew a shadow once.
Creature?
The creatures, yeah.
You knew a shadow? I'm gonna look at Kaeviir.
As my teacher was a shadow.
Oh.
That's intriguing. Are we talking full shadow, shade, or?
He was a shadow. There's a story from way before my time where one night the sky became daylight and nighttime back and forth very quickly, like seconds apart. And then there was a wave of shadows that sort of crept across the land, moving like what is described in many texts as sharks across a flat surface. And the professionals had to contend with what appeared to be a split between worlds in which these shadows started to kind of cause chaos. And it was for 120 years. It was a real problem where most governments and kingdoms are sort of operated in part by these shadows.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point, one of the shadows wanted to be a professional, and we thought that was ridiculous. I mean, we'd only known them to do malevolence, but Skyrocxy became one of the best professionals ever, maybe the greatest professional. And towards the end of his tenure as the first, I used to spend a lot of time with him. He's a good man.
Is he still a professional?
He's gone now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine. I think that's the nature of shadows. Sometimes they come and sometimes they go.
Mm-hmm.
But anytime you look behind you, there they are. You're always walking in a shadow's footsteps one way or another.
Well, maybe your knowledge of shadows can help us get through the hallways.
I don't know that these would be the same, but I mean, I know what they can do, shadows. You just have to look for the little things, the details.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to be able to add much more to this conversation. You can tell I'm kind of lost now in thought.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right.
Well, so we've got mist to navigate, and then we've got shadows in the hallways. Is there anything else that we should be aware of? I'm gonna look at Serial.
Scorpions with dicks for claws.
That would be bad.
They're called horpions.
But castle is about 250 feet tall when it was on the ground. Sometimes we're gonna have to. Well, you have the flying shift, so this will be intriguing how we do it.
Where is the special library? Would you be able to find it from outside if we're approaching an airship?
Should be pretty close to it. We won't have to actually try to climb every level of it like normal.
Mm-hmm.
One of Aslan's favorite things was to watch them try to climb through and work their way up through as he picked them off slowly.
Mm-hmm.
Or he'd throw a huge party and invite you in and never show. I don't miss the big parties. Those were kind of like just horrible.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll make it.
Maybe.
We'll make it. Okay.
You must really like whoever the hell has those books in there.
Not particularly.
It's very important.
I figured you were on a mission getting paid for something.
Who?
You.
I never get paid. These people don't pay. A bunch of fucking griefers.
They'll seem like the type to take a charity case.
All these people are charity cases to me. Especially that one. I'm going to point at Ludo.
He plays an F sharp with the violin.
Yeah.
Can you play an F sharp on a violin?
Yeah.
Okay. And you can play an F. I just didn't know about sharp.
Well, do we want to turn in at this point?
I would probably, because it's what, 2 a.m. there?
Quite
3.
Yeah.
3, yeah.
3.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I am struggling right now.
Yeah.
No, it's all good.
The 5-hour is helping me, but I was tired
when we started.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to Freelance Heroism. We really appreciate you coming in and listening. We also really appreciate all the people who support our Patreon. By supporting the Patreon, you're going to get behind the scene uncut clips that you'll get to see sort of like maybe the tissue behind some of the edited, cleaned up content. And you'll get that whenever we have a big block of it to drop. as well as any updates or any information behind the scenes stuff that we think the Patreons would like to know. So if you'd like to support our Patreon and help us continue making the high quality, high octane podcast that you've come to expect, go ahead to patreon.com/freelance_heroism. Thank you. And as usual, the invoice is in the mail.
I get to see Stephen King this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it
Very
time to bring
excited.
him his annual sacrifice of cocaine?
40 pounds of cocaine.
Fresh harvested.
Fresh cocaine. These are bi-monthly sacrifices.
If he snorts the entire line of cocaine in one shot, it means 6 more weeks of winter.
But either way, he's not coming out of his house.
That's true.